You wake up to that calm, yet annoying ringtone you chose as your alarm. It's 5 a.m. The bed feels like a cloud, soft, warm. It's almost like it has its own gravitational pull. It doesn't just hold you, it's actively pulling you in. You need sleep, you want sleep. And your internal terrorists know this. They waited all night to ambush you. The moment the alarm rings, they strike. They seize your comfort, your tiredness, your craving for warmth. Then they retreat to a safe distance and make contact. We have hostages. Pay up or else. Now the question becomes, do you negotiate? Is your immediate comfort more valuable than the delayed reward your disciplined self is working toward? This is too complicated of a question for the tired you to answer properly, so you say, we're tired, we'll comply this time, trying to sound firm while handing over the ransom. The terrorists are pleased. The operation was successful. You press snooze. 5 more minutes. You justify the exception and drift back to sleep. It feels reasonable. After all, it's only 5 minutes. But every time you do this, you teach the terrorists something. You teach them that discomfort can be bargained away. You teach them that your commitments are flexible when they become inconvenient. And they take notes. Later in the day, you're tempted again. Oh, it's only one donut. No harm in eating one. You pardon yourself for eating it while those weak parts of you smile and plan yet another ambush on you. They know that the next time it will be easier. I guess you understand the premise here, so no need for more examples. In the Western world, there is a strict policy that most of the countries follow. We don't negotiate with terrorists. The reason behind it is simply because negotiating leads to paying a ransom. However small it would be, it still funds the terrorists and strengthens them. What it also does is it quietly reinforces their actions. By negotiating and paying them, you make an unspoken contract for future hostage situations. We give you hostages, you pay us. Instead of punishing the terrorists, their act is rewarded with money, and thus a profitable hostage business is created. Something similar happens within you as well. Your old self holds comfort and pleasure hostage. We all love comfort, we all love pleasure. We consider them valuable, and in fact, most of what people do is motivated by the promise of comfort or pleasure as a reward. There is no denying it. We care about these hostages. Just like in the real world, negotiating and paying the ransom does not end the problem. It only strengthens it. The next time you try to use your willpower, you find that you have less of it because you caved in. I'll do it tomorrow. Just this one time. I deserve a break. I will start after this. These don't sound like sabotage. They sound reasonable. You think you are making a small exception, but what you're really doing is funding future hostage situations. Your voice is calm, logical, persuasive. It does not feel like an enemy. It feels like you. This is precisely what makes it so effective. It doesn't feel like losing discipline. It feels like a sensible exception. If you pay attention, you will notice something unsettling. They never convince you to do the difficult thing. They never persuade you to get up, to start, to continue, to endure. They only ever guide you towards comfort, delay, and escape. This is how you know the negotiations are unfair. You're set up for failure. You don't win these negotiations. Little is gained, but so much is lost. The more often that side of you wins, the stronger it becomes. Over time, it becomes your default policy. Nothing is final, nothing is permanent. Everything is open for negotiation the moment it becomes uncomfortable. That's why you can make sincere decisions at night and abandon them in the morning. The problem isn't that you lack discipline. The problem is you are soft. You allow negotiations. And every negotiation weakens your authority over your own life. There isn't much to be said about the solution to this problem except never negotiate. It only benefits your bad habits and motivates further degradation of your own integrity. Negotiation assumes both sides want what's best for you. They don't. One side wants comfort now, the other wants growth later. Every time you open the floor for discussion, the side arguing for comfort only has to win once. The disciplined side has to win every time. That's not a fair system. So instead of fighting with yourself when you're weak, why not remove the fight altogether? Let's return to the 5 a.m. alarm problem. The alarm rings, you are warm, tired, half conscious, and you're asking that weak and tired version of yourself to defend a decision made by a completely different version of you. That's not a fair fight. 5 a.m. you does not care about long-term vision. 5 a.m. you cares about warmth and comfort and 5 more minutes. And tired you always chooses the path of least resistance. Instead of asking yourself, should I negotiate? Ask yourself, why is there a negotiation happening in the first place? If getting up requires a debate, you've already lost. Clear-headed you must make the decision in such a way that sleepy you has nothing to argue about. For example, put the phone across the room. Use an alarm that forces you to stand. Prepare the clothes the night before. Make the path of least resistance the correct one. Because tired you will always choose what is easiest. So make the right action easier than the wrong one. And then 5 a.m. becomes simple. Not because you become stronger, but because the fight never happened. It's not about becoming more disciplined. It's about becoming clever with your design. Disciplined people still get tired. They still get bored. Still have weak moments. But clever people expect those moments. They design for them. They understand that the version of themselves who decides is not the version who executes. So they build a bridge between the two. And once that bridge is built, discipline feels different, quieter, less dramatic. There is no daily heroism, no intense inner battle, just clever structure. And when structure replaces negotiation, your life becomes stable. Because you will not feel motivated every day, but you can design the system that carries you on the days you are not motivated. So when 5 a.m. comes tomorrow and the alarm rings, there won't be a debate, just a decision that was already made. Structure is what remains when motivation fades. So design for your weakest moment. If you design it well, you will not need willpower. That's all I have to say for this topic. If there's something to add, or if I said something wrong, feel free to comment and say, hey fool, you said this, but that's wrong. You said that, but this is wrong. You're an idiot, whatever. You know the drill. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.